Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and basketball enthusiasts who argue about LeBron versus Jordan at family dinners, welcome to the most epic analysis of the greatest NBA power forwards of all time. Let's break down the NBA's greatest power forwards based on different categories of the game. But before we dive into our list, you know the drill. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a thing. Best overall, Tim Duncan. First up, we've got the Royal Highness of the Court, Sir Tim Duncan. Known as the Big Fundamental, Timmy didn't just play basketball. He was like a walking, talking cheat code. If cheat codes had a killer bank shot. What he may have lacked in charisma, he certainly made up for in NBA rings. With more rings than a phone with telemarketers on speed dial, Duncan made the Spurs more popular than a cowboy at a rodeo. His illustrious 19-year career is the general consensus for the greatest power forward in NBA history. 5 championships, 3 finals MVPs, 2 regular MVPs, 15-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA team selection, and 15-time All-Defensive team selections. His game wasn't flashy, but he dominated the game in a methodical and overwhelming manner. Scoring: Karl Malone. Next, we've got the greatest scoring power forward ever. Now, some might argue that the mailman owes a lot of his scoring success to his buddy John Stockton, who delivered assists like pizza on a Friday night. I mean, when you've got Stockton feeding you the rock for 18 seasons, it's like having your personal chef serving you buckets. Malone was a scoring machine, and he proved that you don't need flashy moves when you've got a pick-and-roll partner like Stockton. It's like PB&J. They just went together perfectly. Malone averaged at least 20 points per game on at least 49% shooting every season from 1987 through 2001, and at least 25 points per game from 1988 through 1998. Malone's scoring ability and the production he put forth are more than enough evidence to declare him the greatest scoring power forward ever. Playmaking: Draymond Green. Now, let's talk about Draymond Green, a man who dishes out assists like I hand out excuses for missing the gym. He's our pick for the greatest playmaking power forward. Draymond's passing is so magical, Hogwarts wants to retire Quidditch and just watch Warriors highlights. Seriously, when he's healthy and running the show for the Warriors, it's like watching a magic show. Except he's not pulling rabbits out of a hat. Instead, he's pulling assists out of thin air. He's averaged 6 assists or more since 2016 and has the second most assists by a power forward ever with 4,233. Rebounding: Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman, the rebounding rock star. This guy collected boards like they were stamps, and piercings, and, well, controversies. But seriously, he rebounded like he was on a pogo stick, and opponents were just there to watch him bounce. From 92 to 98, the Worm won 7 straight rebounding titles while averaging 16.7 rebounds per game on that stretch. In his career, Rodman played less than 600 games and grabbed 8,649 rebounds. No other power forward in NBA history has ever played less than 600 games and grabbed even 7,000. At his peak, Rodman is by far the greatest rebounding power forward that ever lived. Shooting: Dirk Nowitzki. Now let's talk about the 7-foot sniper who shot threes so well he probably could have sunk one from the parking lot. Blindfolded, with one hand, during a German blizzard. Seriously, if you needed a three-pointer to save your life, you'd want Dirk taking that shot. He made it look so effortless that you'd think he was shooting free throws from his kitchen while making a sandwich. And let's not forget his signature one-legged fadeaway, the shot that made defenders question their life choices. Dirk shot 38% from 3 for his career and had 5 different seasons in which he shot 40% or better from the three-point line. And as far as his mid-range game, Dirk took over 55% of his shots from just within the three-point line to 10 feet away from the basket. He shot 43.4% on those shots over 21 years, and at his peak, he was knocking down those shots at a rate over 50% consistently. Just like I was willing to bet my life on Nowitzki's three-pointers, I am even more comfortable betting it on one of his mid-range shots. Passing. Draymond Green. We're coming back to Draymond Green for the passing category because, well, he's like the artful dishwasher of power forwards. He doesn't just pass the ball, he orchestrates symphonies on the court. When Draymond's in charge, it's like watching a master chef create a gourmet meal. He's slicing, dicing, and serving assists with style. Sure, he has sharpshooters like Curry and Clay by his side, but Draymond's the one who sets the table for these three-point feasts. So let's give it up for Draymond, the unsung hero of the Golden State Kitchen. Defense. Dennis Rodman. Now, for the defense category, we've got Dennis Rodman, the man who guarded everyone and everything. Rodman didn't need to block shots or steal the ball. He just got inside opponents' heads. He was like a basketball ninja, silently disrupting the enemy's plans and stealing their basketball souls. Sure, Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett were great defenders too, but Rodman took it to another level. Not only was his defense vital against big men like Shaq and Karl Malone, but he routinely held his own against small and faster forwards and guards. He won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in 1990 and 1991 and was named to the All-Defense team 8 times. He once guarded a fridge so well that it couldn't even keep its contents cold. Now that's lockdown defense. Athleticism. Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak is our pick for the most athletic power forward ever. I mean, when you watch Giannis on a fast break, it's like witnessing a superhero in action. He's faster than a speeding bullet, leaping tall buildings in a single bound and dunking with the power of 1,000 suns. His athleticism is easily the greatest weapon he possesses. Clutch. Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki, the man with ice in his veins, is our clutch power forward. When the game's on the line and you need someone to step up, Dirk's the guy. He's so clutch, I swear, he once hit a game winner blindfolded while eating a pretzel. In the playoffs, he shot 38.4% in game-tying or game-winning moments. That trails only MJ and LeBron for the highest percentage of all time in those moments. The Mavericks, who relied on Nowitzki's clutch play for 20 years, won 58.4% of those games during Nowitzki's career. During his 2011 NBA championship run, Dirk was an unreal 15-28 during clutch situations and 33-34 from the free throw line. When it comes to being clutch as a power forward, it's Dirk Nowitzki, then everybody else. Efficiency. Anthony Davis. Now, let's talk about Anthony Davis, the PER-fectionist. When it comes to efficiency, AD's the king of the hill as the all-time leader in player efficiency rating with 29.96. His PER even ranks 4th in NBA history, and that's despite dealing with more injuries than a clumsy bull in a china shop. From 2015 to 2019, he had 2 seasons with a PER over 30. So if you want efficiency, AD's your man, even if he spends more time in the injury report than on the court. Leadership. Tim Duncan. When it comes to leadership, Tim Duncan is the silent commander of the power forward world. He wasn't the loudest guy in the locker room, but he led by example. Timmy was the heart and soul of the San Antonio Spurs, with arguably more leadership qualities than a drill sergeant at Fort Benning. Coach Popovich gets a ton of credit, but on the court, it was Duncan who held the reins and guided the Spurs to 5 NBA championships. If leadership were a contest, Tim Duncan would be winning it without even breaking a sweat. Versatility. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo, our pick for versatility, is like the Swiss Army knife of power forwards. He can do it all: scoring, defending, passing, and he can even make a mean hero sandwich. Giannis is a two-way powerhouse who can dominate both ends of the floor. His versatility is so impressive, he once played 5 positions in a single game and still had time to make a TikTok video during halftime. The scary part is, he's only 28 years old. Ball handling. Anthony Davis. Finally, let's talk about Anthony Davis and his unlikely ball handling skills. Now, power forwards aren't usually known for their fancy dribbles, but AD's a different breed. He handles a ball like a pro, and when he's making plays, it's like watching a giraffe do ballet. Unexpected and surprisingly graceful. Davis is one of the best at creating his own shot, and his handles are so tight you'd think they were in a straitjacket. So kudos to AD for turning the power forward position into a playground for ball handling tricks. And there you have it, folks, the greatest NBA power forwards of all time, broken down into distinct categories. What do you think of our list? Agree with our choices? Disagree? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Crash the Boards. Keep ballin'!